A sequence has a recurrence formula un plus 1 is equal to a minus 1 divided by a plus 1, and that's all multiplied by un, where a is a constant. Find the range of values of a that ensure this is a convergent sequence. Now, for any sequence to be convergent, each term will have to get smaller and smaller until it approaches 0. For example, if you had 10 and then 5 and then 5 over 2 and then 5 over 4, 5 over 8, 5 over 16, you can see that each time they're being halved, and eventually you'd be adding the sum of that sequence would be that you'd add on 0 eventually down the line. So if you're not adding anything onto it, the sequence will have converged. Now, the reason why that won't converged is because we're multiplying by a half. More generally, the number you multiply, that's called x. If it's between 1 and minus 1, then the terms will get smaller and smaller, and really what I mean by that is the terms will approach 0. That's why the negative 1 part's in there too. If you multiply by a negative number, it could also work that it'll go towards 0. I think that's explained more in question 9. So this is the previous term, and it's been multiplied by this fraction. So if this fraction is between 1 and minus 1, then this will be a convergent sequence. So we can replace the a minus 1, a plus 1 for the x, and like so. Now this takes us back to chapter 2, how to solve an inequality like that. I would break it up first of all, and say that minus 1 is less than a minus 1, a plus 1, and we can solve that. And then also the a minus 1 over a plus 1 has to be less than 1. Now we cannot multiply through simply by a plus 1. The problem with that is a plus 1 could be a negative number. So you have to make sure when you're multiplying through inequalities that you're multiplying through by a positive number. If you multiply by a negative number, the sign would change, and if you don't know where the sign changes, then you're lost. So we need to make sure we're multiplying through by a positive number. So we're going to multiply through by a plus 1 squared. If we do that, we would have minus a plus 1 squared is less than a minus 1 multiplied by a plus 1. And if we expand that out, we would get minus, and that bracket squared is a squared plus 2a plus 1. And the other bracket would be a squared plus a minus a, which cancels out, and minus 1. So that looks like a quadratic equation. I'm going to bring everything to the right hand side. We've got the minus a squared, which will bring over, become 2a squared. We have minus 2a, so that'll come over and become plus 2a. And then we have the minus 1, so bring that over and it'll become plus 1, so that actually cancels out the minus 1s. So we've got 0 is 2a, if we factorize, a plus 1. And then what do we do there? Well, we've got key points. There's key points that a could be 0. If this was an equation, a could be 0, and then the whole thing would be 0, or a could be minus 1. But it's not an equation, it's an inequality. So what you should do at that stage is just a little sketch of that. 0 being one of the key points, and minus 1 is the other key point. We're plotting this here. It's a quadratic. It's a positive quadratic, 2a squared. So it's going to be a U shape going through at 1 and 0. We want that quadratic when it is greater than 0. So when is the graph greater than 0? When is it above the y-axis? Because that's what we mean. And it's there. And there. So for the left inequality, the answer would be a is greater than 0, or a is less than minus 1. If a is between 0 and minus 1, then that inequality will not hold. and that must mean then that this here wouldn't be greater than -1. And you can put in a few examples of that. You can put in maybe a half. So a half take away 1 is minus a half. A half plus 1 is 3 halves. And if you've got minus a half, I need to write that down. If you'd minus a half divided by 3 halves, that would give you -3. And minus 3 is not greater than -1. Okay, so you know that you got it right. We need to solve the other side though, because that's only one part of the inequality. So do the same thing on the right hand side. We multiply through by a plus 1 squared, and you get a minus 1, a plus 1 is less than a plus 1 squared. Expand that out, we get a squared, the a's cancel out, -1, and we get a squared plus 2a plus 1. You can see it's similar to the other one. Bring it all to the right hand side, and you get the a squares cancelled out. You'd have the 2a plus 2. And actually that's a linear inequality, so you don't need to treat it like quadratic. You can bring the 2 back. So 2a is greater than -2, so a is greater than -1. And let's bring that down to the bottom, just to summarise with the other one, that a has to be greater than -1. Now it has to satisfy both the inequalities at the same time. It'll have to make sure that this fits and this one here fits too. So we're looking for a being less than -1, but this side a is greater than -1. So they can't both happen at the same time. So actually this here doesn't apply. It can't be less than -1 if it has to be greater than -1. So actually if I just show you on the number line what's going on here. We've got 1, 0, do that again, 1, 0, -1. So the right hand side, it's easier to do it first of all because it says it has to be bigger than -1. So it's saying the values will have to be this direction, anything bigger than -1. Now this one says it can either be less than -1. We know it can't be because of this one, so we can actually really discard that one. And it's saying, well, it has to be greater than 0. So if we put that there. So if you're satisfying both at the same time, then it has to just be greater than 0. This one says greater than -1, but this one here says it's not allowed to be something like -0.5 or 0.2 or something. It has to be greater than 0. So it has to be fitting both this inequality and this one at the same time, which then would be that a has to be greater than 0. So there's lots of possibilities there, just to make sure that you're showing what satisfies them all. This is important to say that when you solved this one, it said that this could be the answer or this could be the answer, but you had to go with what fitted with the other one as well. So that's why this one had to be discarded. And these two only match up if you make the inequality from 0 onwards. Those numbers will satisfy that, obviously, because it's the same thing. And these numbers will also satisfy that inequality, because anything that's greater than 0 will be automatically greater than -1.